All right, guys, we can get it going. I feel like we got 20 in here. That's enough to start it. Wait a couple minutes. Um, so yeah, we'll just get it started. Today was not going to be like a super groundbreaking AMA, but again, we like to open up this communication with everybody and just speak a few times a week directly to the community while we're still doing this outside AMA push, this little tour that we're on for AMAs. We still want to schedule a couple of days out of the week to come in here and answer any questions that our community might have. If we're pulling people in through our other initiatives on the back lines, then obviously we want to answer everybody's questions that's already in the community as well. So it's always good to do these twice a week. We try to do it either Wednesdays or Thursdays, as well as Sundays, just permitting any sort of scheduling issues or anything like that. But that's the general idea. I'm sure everybody that's been here for a while knows kind of that's how the flow of it is. But yeah, so not a huge agenda today, but wanted to open it up just to touch base and kind of give everybody an update where everything is. So I'll start off. Obviously, the markets are looking great today. We had an insane rebound in the overall market. Gave us a little bit of a boost on the SRG market cap as well, which was awesome on both sides, I think. So that's always great, being paired to BNB and ETH and having this great run. But beyond that, Surge is doing great, growing in holders still. Looks like since last Sunday, about plus 100 holders, which is awesome with the steady, pretty steady volume that we've had. It's been really good to see that increase in holders, and obviously the supply spreading out a little bit more, a few more projects coming on board and essentially holding that supply in their contract. All great things, all looking solid. I'm trying to think of any sort of other updates. It's great to be back over 1 million, but obviously the market cap in these numbers, they're all very temporary to us as the core team. I know the community likes to see, just the investor side of us loves to be over 1 million and kind of have that be the floor. But again, from us, we know that all of this is pretty temporary in the grand vision, the overall vision of things. This price range is only temporary. But yeah, I don't know, Heisman, do you want to jump in and kind of hit some of the dev stuff to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So again, the list of stuff that we're working on. First, we have the revamp of the DEX, which should be there very soon for us. And with the revamp of the DEX, we have something coming up. I guess maybe Albino will cover that a little bit later. And we're working on the Subgraph API, which is a requirement for the CMC and CG. And once that is done, everything is open for us. We can start listing there, and all SRG20 tokens can start listing on CMC and CG as well. So that is one essential thing that we are focusing most on, having that API get released as soon as possible. I'm solely working on that at the moment. And trying to push it to be there and to meet all the requirements of CMC before we submit our applications. But yeah, again, once we have that at hand, that all doors for the Surge ecosystem become open, and we can start integrating with a lot of people like DexTools, DexScreener, and all the mainstream stuff that we have in crypto. So yeah, we're pushing that back to the max because we want that to be out as soon as possible. Beyond that, once the API is released, I'll be then focusing on revamping the charts, making them instant, and for SRG and all SRG20 tokens, and adding a lot of other functionalities for the charts. So yeah, those are the three major things that we're working on. The DEX, the huge upgrade for the DEX, the Subgraph API, and after the Subgraph API, we'll have the charts revamped. And when those three are done, then we will just keep on integrating everywhere, and we will start pushing the Launchpad, the SRG Launchpad. And with that, we'll have a lot of new projects onboarding with us. And the more projects we have within the Echo, the more solid our price floor would be from an investor point of view, and the more pushing we're going to have in terms of growth. One thing to note, I don't know if Albino, you want to take that in terms of the contest once the DEX is live, or do you want me to handle it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, if you want to, feel free. I can do it too, though.
Yeah. I mean, so once the DEX is live, we're gonna have a burn contest. So we're gonna be encouraging all our SRG20 tokens to start burning Surge. Of course, there will be a leaderboard, and the top 3 are gonna get prizes. There's gonna be 2 prizes, so there will be a prize for the team handling the burns, and there will be a prize in terms of a buyback into the projects which have the largest burns of SRG. So it'll be a fun ecosystem thing that will have like all SRG20 tokens trying to push SRG, and in return, the SRG will be pushing all the SRG20. So it's like a big symbiosis between all the elements of the ecosystem. And on top of that, the team will be matching all the burns up to 0.5% of the total supply. So let's say all SRG20 tokens manage to burn 0.5%. We will add 0.5% to that, and we'll have an extra 1% of burns within the ecosystem, which is huge, right? So 1% is like what, $10,000 right now. It's not a joke for this MC, and it'll be a lot of fun for all of us, and it'll solidify our price floor, and it'll further push us towards our destination of being a top 100 token, which will be a reality sooner or later for Surge. Again, everything before us going mainstream is still nothing. All those levels we're seeing right now are nothing before we go mainstream. Once we're mainstream, it's almost like you had so much time to get in and you didn't. So, of course, we have the NFA stuff, etc. But that is just my opinion, my solid opinion on this matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna add on. Like, I gotta agree with that. Like, no one wants to be buying the update call on a call channel or something. Wherever you found out about it, you don't want to buy the update of when it's like 2x from the bottom, right? Like that's normally how we find out about it. If we don't commit into a project, is usually you find it on the way up. It's been a nice calm environment. I think a lot of people, everybody in here, pretty much knows what we're doing, knows what we're building. And they're securing their position into it before things really start heating up. I saw that in there. It's getting hot in here from Sepinot. But yeah, the contest should drive a ton of engagement. There's going to be incentives on all around. Just to kind of echo what Heisman said, we're really excited about it from the team's point of view because it's going to encourage use of the deployer bot as well. And obviously that's going to continue to drive the burns. If it's hard coded, obviously it's coded into the contract of these guys being able to adjust the burn amounts and get that kind of exposure once they start getting up to the top 3, top 1, top burns. People know that there's going to be an investment into their protocol as well, or a boost their protocol. It's going to pull all kinds of nerves here as this burn contest comes into fruition. I'm really excited about it. I know Heisman is and STF is as well, as we've been talking about it, because it's going to be a huge boost for the overall just token value. We're really anticipating the burns on a fixed supply doing some pretty crazy things with how our protocol works. So yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it will be awesome. And one thing to note is that the deployer channel is growing, and with growth, it's gonna drive more and more volume towards SRG20s and the SRG ecosystem, because a lot of new people will be enticed to use the deployer to get that initial visibility that the deployer channel provides. We started off again with a 0 on the deployer channel. Now we're at 168, and we will be driving more and more people towards that channel to be able to build it up. So let's say at some point we're gonna have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, etc. subscribers there, and that in itself is a huge value for any project launching within the Echo, and it's gonna be another big catalyst for us once we get to that level.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not to mention that the kind of some of the partnerships that we've been working on the back end that are waiting to go live as well. There's a lot of things brewing here, guys, and I know that anybody who's really hopped on these AMAs with us or kind of toured around has gotten little tidbits of information, and it's kind of evolved since we started releasing it. But we're really excited for this the swap upgrade to go live. That's going to be a huge addition. The charting upgrades, the SRG20 tokens being in-house as well. All the stuff is going to just be really massive for us. And yeah, we should be good to go. Once those things pop online, it's just going to open up the entire ecosystem. Yeah, Cryptstalker. Yeah, partnerships are going to be essential for us. It's just the way it's kind of the meta right now. But you don't want like the useless partnerships just for the sake of exposure. Like, hey, tweet me, I'll tweet you, kind of a thing. You want something that works for your community. It works for your protocol. So we've been looking at not only like communities, but we want other elements that can give us exposure on a long-term basis as well. Not just actual hardcore like crypto utility or just tweets, like I said, sharing them out. It's going to be something that's going to benefit us for a more long-term approach. So yeah, partnerships are essential. We definitely want to make the most of partnerships, 100%. Yeah, exactly. First, the foundation. That's a great point. And we still have a ton of opportunity, guys. Where this Surge, I want to remind everybody, Surge is it's applicable on any EVM compatible chain. So I mean, the opportunity to spread the overall mission of Surge is still in its very beginning infancy. We are at the very beginning, in my opinion. And when we laugh about it from a month or two from now, and we look back at the graph, and how it's that one gift that absolutely goes crazy. I think it was Green Chart that got like a gift out, where it basically just shows 20 seconds of the graph just going nuts. What seems like dips now and what seems like consolidation now just looks like a tiny speck when you look at it from like a 3-month or a 6-month point of view. I'm really excited to get there, because all the things that we're building in are huge value drivers. They're huge catalysts, and they're going to continue to drive value to the ecosystem every week. With everything that we put in here, with every amount of exposure that we get, it's huge. Yeah, there it is. SDF's got it. I mean, it's crazy though when that happens, because you look at any solid project that's had a little bit of a lifespan, right? And this is the story, right? Like, I'm sitting here watching it now. It's like everything just starts looking a lot smaller. These things start looking a lot smaller as it gets older. So, yeah, huge opportunity. We are in our very beginning infancy stages, and yeah, it's a great time to be in Surge.
100%. You need to get in before things start happening and popping up. Like, that's the same thing to do in investments. But I think that is all the updates we have from our end. A lot to come for the Surge ecosystem. And yeah, I guess we can start taking questions, right? Do you have anything to add, Albert?
No, I mean, yeah, feel free to throw some questions, guys. Raise your hands or send them in chat if anybody's got anything for us. I see Ann trying fire typing. Well, guys, we're going to be available in the chat as always. We'll plan on getting the next AMA timer set up for tomorrow if it comes together, and then if not, we will definitely have our Surgeon Sundays set up, and we'll be doing it in our Telegram this week. And you'll definitely want to make sure that you join this Sunday as well, because you'll probably get some more closer, in-depth details on Sunday as well with everything where everything is. So definitely make sure you jump on for Surgeon Sundays this week. And yeah, we'll be around if anybody's got. Yeah. Oh, and Trifire. Yes, 100%. That's a great question. Definitely want to make sure that we have the infrastructure there, community-wise, the mod-wise, things like that, to be able to answer questions. So yeah, most definitely. That's a big part of the evolution is expanding out to language communities. It's just really making sure that we have the personnel there that can, talk about Surge in a good way. So 100% yes, that's on the agenda. It's on the menu. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we'll be in the Telegram if anybody's got any more questions.
Exactly. Yeah. See you later.